Alright guys, so this is Astro Bootcamp training video number 1. And we are focusing on the Zodiac. So it's so important to me that I meet you exactly where you're at right now. And most likely you know what your sign is. You've probably read about it in the magazines, read your horoscope, and learned a few things here and there. But you may not even know that there are 12 signs in the Zodiac that are all based on a repeated pattern. So that's what we're going to be focusing on today, letting you understand exactly what the Zodiac is, how it functions. So if you can imagine, here we all are on Earth, okay? And the Zodiac, and all of astrology for that matter, is geocentric, which means it's us looking out into the world, into the galaxy, into the universe, and interpreting planetary movement from the Earth perspective, okay? So this is really, really, really important as a foundational piece to understand. So the Zodiac is also known as the band of animals, okay? And from Earth, we can look out and we will see the sun. And the sun has this apparent path through the sky, right? It almost makes like this circle because it's mimicking that shape we see everywhere, the circle. And the sun's apparent path is called the ecliptic. So you'll hear this a lot. But the Zodiac, which is, the band of animals, isn't the ecliptic. It follows it, and it traces the sun's journey from the perspective of the Earth, and it creates 4 major turning points. Okay? And you guys know these. A lot of times we don't know them in the terms that astrologers are often using. So the solstice and the equinox, okay? So these are our seasons, and they are the major turning points in astrology. So these 4 major turning points have everything to do with the seasons. And this is how the tropical zodiac works. So there's different types of zodiacs, just so you're aware. But what we're talking about, and the one that's used mostly in the Western world, is the tropical zodiac. And it focuses on the 4 major turning points in the 4 seasons, right? And within this, you're getting a sense and a flow of how the energy works, but it breaks up into 12 segments. These are the 12 signs of the Zodiac. So you have Aries, Taurus, Gemini. See how these connect back to spring. Now, of course, this is reversed for the southern hemisphere, but as you learn in these boot camps, spring and fall are transitional seasons, right? These are going to be deeply connected, even though in the northern hemisphere we'll experience spring, while the southern hemisphere is experiencing fall. So Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and Virgo, all connected to the summer energy. Now we're moving into Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. These are all deeply connected to fall. And then the remaining, we have Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. So you're getting to see how the Zodiac is created. There are 12 signs. And when you break it down a little bit further, I want to show you the really cool pattern that is in the signs and how the signs are actually just a formula for the pattern. So we're going to dive in. I'm going to show you that to finish up this lesson. Okay, so there is this pattern in the zodiac and what makes up the signs. And it's so important that you kind of begin to see this because it makes everything else so much more simple. So first we have the elements, okay? And there are 4 elements in astrology: fire, earth, air, and water. And they all have their different characteristics, their different ways of being, okay? Ways of being, ways of functioning. As we learn more, this will all really, really begin to make sense. So there's fire, earth, air, and water. And you see how fire, earth, air, water, and it just repeats again, okay? So fire, earth, air, water. It's much more simple than the mind would have us believe. You know, you said, oh, 12 signs, it's a lot to learn. It's kind of intense. Like, can I actually learn all that? And you can. When you have a really strong foundation, the details are effortless. So you have these 4 elements: fire, earth, air, water, and they repeat 3 times. Okay? Then we have the modes. And remember when we were looking at the 4 major turning points? These are also the 4 major angles, okay? And so this is another way that the chart is divided up. You get these 1, 2, 3, 4 sections of the chart. This has to do with modes. So the 3 modes are cardinal, fixed, and mutable. So you have cardinal being the starting point of these angles here, okay? You have fixed being these middle sections. And you have mutable as these more fluid, transitional pieces, showing how the energy is shifting from point to point, and also demonstrating how we express the energy is different. This is how the signs are formed. So Aries, cardinal, fire. Taurus, fixed, earth. Gemini, mutable, air. Cancer, cardinal, water. Leo, fixed, fire. Virgo, mutable, earth. Libra, just cardinal, air. Scorpio, just fixed, water. Sagittarius, which is mutable, fire. Capricorn, which is cardinal, earth. Aquarius, which is fixed, air. And Pisces, which is mutable, water. So you get to see that really, at the end of the day, the zodiac is made up of elements. And all you need to do is understand 4 of those. And modes, which there are 3 modes. And once you understand how the 3 modes work and how the elements work, all it is a formula to figuring out how the signs interact and the energy that they have. So an awesome way to just jump in there and have a strong foundation to learn the signs really quick and in a very easy way that won't feel overwhelming to you guys. All right, till next time. Bye-bye.